Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live. We come to you live almost every day, Monday through Thursday. We didn't yesterday because Monday was a Labor Day. It was a holiday. But we're back and running and getting into it and doing everything that we normally do. So I hope everybody's having a great day today. We are going to start from beginning to end. That's what we do on these lives. I like to take you from start to finish. And so we always like to go over the beginnings, the start of airbrushing. So if you are new, this is great for you. If you've been airbrushing for a while, it's also great for you because we also do a lot of different things as far as different products. So you get to learn as well. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Cindy. How are you guys doing? I did notice as I was driving in that my brows are kind of messed up. So I'm going to fix these real quick. There's a little space in between this one. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Veronica. Nice to see everybody here. I'm just taking our Duo Brow Pencil. This is probably not the right color. I just grabbed it and didn't even check. Yeah, let's do this one. I think that was the taupe. I'm going to use the brown. I always do my brows first because to me, it frames the face, helps frame the face. So I know kind of where everything's going. And so it just helps me. Let me get over here a little bit. I just kind of missed a couple of little spaces. And I also see where I need to do some plucking. So that's always nice. So did everybody have a good holiday weekend? 115. Holy moly in Fresno. Ooh, that's going to be hot. I actually, as you may be able to tell, was at the pool. I thought it was the last weekend of the pool being open. And so took my daughter. We went, had some fun, but it was cloudy. Didn't think anything about it. And I'm a little burnt. But I will tell you, my face was covered. So I had a hat on. I did put sunscreen on my daughter. But I was like, oh, I'm an adult. I don't need sunscreen. So my face was actually white, whiter than the rest of my body. And so I ended up using our tanning tonic, the mist, yesterday and then this morning to even me out. So I look like one complete package, and not that I had sunscreen on my face. So we know that happens. We know that our face sometimes is a different color than the rest of our bodies. And so, a lot of people are really dark on their bodies, and then we do, we kind of get it halfway in between, so you don't look too off. So there you go. Veronica stayed home. So Veronica, you did not labor on Labor Day. You stayed home and rest, I hope. All right, so we're going to cover the starter kit, everything. But one thing that we can address is my different shade. And so I will have to change that shade. And that's the great thing about Luminess is that you really have that perfect color match 365 days a year. It doesn't matter if you wake up one day and you're a different color, you can still color match. So let's cover the beginnings, the basics. We always like to cover. This is one of our starter kits. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend. And then, of course, the Breeze is our cordless chargeable one. And that is, the latest and greatest, basically. And it's going to come with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love, and blush. So you get everything you see here, but the 2 bottles are similar, but not the same. And that is for you to color match. Because when you first start, like when you're ordering a range. So as long as we get you into the range, it's going to work. Because if you're airbrushing properly, airbrushing is very forgiving. And so when I hear the words, oh, it's too orange or too blah, 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 that tells me that you're spraying too hard. And we'll go over that a little bit as well. And then we have the Love and Blush, which is also amazing. Now the Love is going to be like a highlighter, a hydrating illuminator. It does have some luminosity to it. It's great on darker skin tones. So I think I'm gonna try to use that one if I can find it. Here it is. So we will use that today so I can show you. And then blush is, it's very high pigmented. So a little bit goes a long way. You're only going to use 2 drops and that's it. Now, when you first start out, this is what we want you to do. We want you to keep that stylus moving, keep that breeze moving. It's not this. It's do, 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 bum, 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 bum. So you're going to move it. There's overlap, but you're never in one spot twice. But keep that moving. You're also going to keep it 4 finger widths away from your face. And you'll want to watch yourself in the mirror do this in the beginning, because with that air blowing, you're either going to do this or come in too close because you're used to touching your face anyway. So watch yourself and check every so often to make sure you're that 4 finger widths away. And then you are going to slightly pull down on that trigger. And you need to find that sweet spot. You need to find that sweet spot. So you know, because we know that putting it on is different, right? We know this is going to be different. How it applies is also different. So it should never feel wet, sticky, cakey, or anything like that. It should feel light. It should dry almost on contact. In the beginning, if it's not, don't freak out, but just know that that's what you're going to get to, okay? So you can do it. All right, I'm going to go in first, and I'm going to use the light beige concealer. And I'm going to shake it up, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Yeah, it was really nice in the pool, just because in our pool, in our neighborhood pool, I think the deepest it is like 4 feet. And so it's great because you can hang out with the kids, and then it's not so deep. And then it's cool. It was almost cold because we've been having a lot of rain. We have a lot of air in Houston. I'm going to put about 3 drops of my light beige concealer, and I'm going to concentrate that underneath my eyes, on my lids, kind of right here, because you can see some redness and broken capillaries. My nose is really red. So we're going to kind of tone that down a little bit, right? I'm making my movements first. I hear it. Now I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving. And I go all the way down. I don't just stop underneath the eye. Okay. Am I going to want more coverage? Oh, yeah. But I'm going to go back. So now I'm going to do my nose. And I've been getting these red spots like right here. So I'm going to cover those a little bit more. Go to my eyes a little bit. Now I can go back underneath this eye. And I'm just going to use the rest of, I think that was it. Yep, that's it. It's empty. It's a dry sound. There's nothing coming out. And another thing I tell you guys to do in the beginning is practice with water. When you're practicing with water, you are able to hear when the water's being released, when you're pulling back on this, when it's being released, and when you're out. You hear like a dry sound. So that's another thing that you'll learn when you'll start, your other senses will kick in. You'll be able to feel that air. Wherever you feel the air is where the makeup goes. That's why it's called an airbrush. The air is your brush. So wherever you feel the air is where the makeup goes. When your bottles are empty, can you send them back for refills or just throw them away? Throw them away. But I will tell you, you might want, so a couple, that's a kind of brings up a good question or a good thing. With the empty bottles, yeah, you just throw them away or you can recycle them, but you can pop that lid off, this one off. So you can rinse these out and you can put water in them. So you can use the water for your drops, or, you know, like if you just need a little container for the water. Also, a lot of people, if they're 2 colors, if they're a mix of 2 colors, they'll mix it in here, mix it in an empty bottle, and then they don't have to mix. So that's something you can do. Let's see if they got Dusty Rose back. Let me look real quick. They should, but oh, that's why It was $5. That's why it was on. No, it's out. Hopefully they'll get it back soon. But they're on sale. That's why it's out. All right. So that was my pre-coverage. And with the pre-coverage, I only go in and hit those problem areas. That's all I do. Okay. It's not everywhere. It's just on those problem areas. But because this blends as I'm putting it on, you're not going to see demarcation lines. Okay. Because it's going to blend as you apply it. Now, I am going to go in with some of our loose powder for a couple of reasons. One, I love the look. If you powder before airbrushing, it gives it more of a polished look. Also, knowing my face, and being that I'm sunburned, I'm going to get shiny. I will get a little shiny. So I'm going to lightly powder, and that's all I'm using. And just kind of dust it on. And that's all. That's all I have to do. It's very, very light. Or there's some on the counter, and I'm just going to finish that off. Very light. You don't want to do a lot of it. Okay? Now, a couple ways I could go from here. So I could go straight into my foundation and just apply the foundation. However, we know that that blush is super high pigmented, so I can do some blush first. But also, since I'm doing Love today, I want to do Love. There's a lot of different ways to use Love. You can apply Love at this stage right now, right after I did my concealer or my pre-coverage. I can do Love like all over my face if I wanted that look, and then put on the foundation, or I can even put a drop or two in my foundation and apply that. There's a lot of different ways. But I think today I'm going to do the foundation and then do Love in those high areas, those high like cheekbone areas. So right now I'm going to do my blush. Shaking up. Hey, Lindy, how are you? Shaking up my blush, my Soft Rose blush. Put my drops. Turn on my system. Smirking. And I kind of raise it a little bit higher because in the summer I do like more of a blush contour than a regular contour, because it looks more springy and summery. But now that we're getting into fall, we can kind of go either way, right? Now we know that the blush is higher pigmented, so my blush is going to bloom on me. And I may have put a little bit more in there. Let's go ahead and finish it. No, I'm out. So I'm out. I can hear the dry sound. So turning off my system. Now I'm going to take, I'm actually going to use the shade 5 today because I am darker today. And I'm using, I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to have to pop off this because I haven't used the 5 in so long. I have to pop off the cap and then do it that way. So I have my 5. And then now I'm going to start in one spot, make a pass first. Moving, 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 but not too fast. The moves are very deliberate. You're just going around the face, just like if you were buffing it on with a brush. You're using your airbrush. Don't go too fast. It's not a free-for-all. The moves are very deliberate. Keep it going, keep it going. Go down the neck so you don't have those demarcation lines. And then I can just kind of blend it all out. And notice how the blush is softer. It's a little bit more blended. It's going to soften that blush because I'm using the foundation now to blend it out. So if you're new and you're just like, Heather, I cannot get the blush, try doing the blush first, and then you can put the foundation over it. And I'm cleaning out my well real quick so I can do love, shaking up my love. Shake it, shake it, shake it. I put about 3 or 4 drops in because I'm going to have some fun with my love. And I can put that high cheekbone area and see how it just gives that natural kind of luminosity, not necessarily a shine like our luminizers, but just that luminosity. Go down my nose. You could even, like, if you weren't going to do eyeshadow today, you could just do a little bit. Look how beautiful that is. That's why I'm saying on the darker skin tones, it does show up a little bit better. And it looks so beautiful. You can use it in so many different ways. And guys, if your breeze cuts off, there is a timer on it. Do it on my Cupid's bow. And there we go. There we go. I am going to do a little bit of eyes. A little bit of eyes. Let's see. Let's go with the nude palette. The nude. And I'm going to start. I'm not going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's go with this one. I'm going to do Sahara, which is kind of a mauve color. And then get it on my lid, but I'm just blending and I'm blending and I'm blending. And I just did it right on top of where I put that love. Did anyone do anything fun for Labor Day besides barbecue? I'm just going to blend this a little bit more. And notice that, because this is kind of the medium color that I'm using, but I am blending that over. And it's kind of mixing in a little bit with that love too. Hi, Dorothy. Everybody say, Dorothy is the Heather 2.0 on Luminess Live. She's our artist. That is on, if you want to go, you can join the group. It's on Facebook, Luminess Live. You can join her. And it was her birthday yesterday. So we all need to wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Dorothy. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Who has sung happy birthday to you on the live? Dorothy. Who? All right, so I did this in my crease. And then now I'm dusting off my brush. I'm going to go in with a little bit darker one. I'm actually going to mix the dark gray and the one that's underneath Sahara, which is, I don't know, Cave. And doing a little bit in the crease. Oh, yay, we got some September B-Days in the house. So I'm going to just back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And I'm just going to pump up that crease a little bit, just a little bit, roller, just a little. And then I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to line the bottom. With just eyeshadow. It's pretty much the only thing I line with, just because it's going to be softer. I'm not going to have to pull on my eye, so I'm not going to create damage to said eye. Now I'm going to take a little bit of powder on a brush and see if I need to swipe anything away. I think there's some fallout on this one. Oh, no, I don't think so. But then I use the little bit of powder to swipe, because if there's any fallout, it will away. It'll go away. But then it kind of highlights underneath my eyes as well at the same time. But you don't want to do too much. You want to do it very soft. And then I kind of swipe like here, boop, boop, and then do it closer in. All right, so now let's do some mascaras. I'm gonna curl a little bit. I'm gonna curl the inside. Ooh. You dehydrate. Do you put anything on them, Cindy? Pineapple sounds really good dehydrated. I did oranges with tahini and dehydrated them. It was really good. All right, so now grabbing my mascara. I'm gonna grab a mirror. And putting on my mascara. I use the tip of the brush to get it on the bottom, because we know mascara makes a world of difference. And oh, I'm gonna cover myself. Oh, cinnamon sugar, yummy. And then just going along. Separating them so they're not clumpy. That's why I love the way that brush is, because it really does kind of, you can move things around. And then, what shall I do? What shall I do? Let's do, should we do Vinyl Slick Liquid Lipstick? I'm going to do the Pop-Up color Hot Salsa, which this is getting into the darker tones for fall. And you're like, Heather, you didn't line your lips. No, I did not. Because I'll show you. Because I was already going for a darker color. And I'm putting those, like rubbing that in. Then I'm taking the red. And lightly going around the edge to make sure I have those exact lines. And then I can go back with my doe foot thing on here. And I can't talk when I'm putting red lips on. And lining them. Just coming up to that line. So it's a little bit softer. It's not going to be as harsh. And there you go. We got some color on the lips. Open it up. It seems weird. I haven't worn red on my lips in a while. And make sure it's off your teeth. And then you're good. But, you know, guys, I always tell you, do a pop of color on the lips. It will change your whole look. If I went back, if I took this off and did a nude color, it would change the look just by lips. That's it. That's it. It would change it. It would change it. Just like a little bit of eyeliner right at the lash line on the top would change the look. It's those little steps that can make a big difference. So keep that in mind when doing it. You do not have to make big old steps. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for our live. Looking forward to it. All right. Bye for now.